I'm just going to say it, ladies and gentlemen. The Sixers should pursue a Kevin Durant trade this offseason if all else fails. He makes this team an instant title favorite today. And I'm going to go through my top 3 reasons and tell you why this isn't as bad of an idea as many seem to think. But give me your thoughts. Let me know down below. Do you want to see the Sixers pursue a trade for Kevin Durant? Welcome into Philly Take with RB. You know what to do. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We give you the content every single day. I want to make it extremely clear. My game plan for this offseason, if I was the Sixers, would be to go get some young horses, right? Maybe build through the draft a little bit. Get some of those perfect fitting role players, the perfect puzzle pieces to plug in next to Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. But here's the issue. I'm out there scanning the free agent market. I'm looking at all the options, and sure, there's going to be a lot of trades this summer with the new CBA and teams wanting to get rid of certain salaries and not hit the second apron, all that good stuff. But there's just not that many guys available. Whip-de-doo, right? Sixers luck. They have all the cap space, all the assets in the world, and there's not many guys out there. So we will get into all of it. I want to know your thoughts, man. Should the Sixers go for another big star? It kind of contradicts what I've been talking about, but I do want to specify a ton of things here on this show. Before we get into it, though, I have to let you know about our great sponsor over at Mando. Ladies and gentlemen, it's quite simple. This is the best deodorant that I have ever used. Matter of fact, they just sent me some of their newest, best products. We got the Mount Fuji deodorant, which is actually my favorite. Will have you smelling great for an entire day. They got the bourbon leather body wash, very smooth and silky. And then you got the Mando cream deodorant, which can be used in all of the tightest places. Right now, customers can get $5 off the starter pack by using my code PhillyTake5. Once again, PhillyTake5. And man, this deodorant actually lives up to the promises. You know, I use it myself. We hear all these different deodorants, you know, prevents sweat, prevents odor. No, this one actually lives up to the statement. It was developed by the founders of Lumi, and it's known for its 72-hour odor control. And this product is clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. So if you're someone out there who has problems with sweating and has never been able to find that right deodorant, Mando is the way to go. Once again, get $5 off of the starter pack by using my code PhillyTake5 at shopmando.com. Once again, shopmando.com. All right, man, let's jump into it. So Kevin Durant should be a 76er if all else fails. We will start off with this from a couple weeks ago on Zach Lowe's podcast. He says, quote, Daryl Morey will be among the vultures circling the Phoenix Suns about trading for Kevin Durant this offseason. Quote, I'll tell you this, knowing Daryl Morey, he will call about Kevin Durant. The vultures will circle Phoenix. He will be a vulture. We already know this, right? Kevin Durant and all the other stars will be on the radar of Daryl Morey. He is a star hunter. He goes looking for these types of players. And matter of fact, if we go back to the trade deadline, if you remember, the report came out from Woj, Morey was already calling the Lakers about LeBron and the Suns about Durant when both of those teams were not playing too hot. So these guys have already been on the search radar for months now. And as we get into this offseason, the Sixers have a lot of big decisions to make. And you remember what Morey said. It wasn't about the age. They're going with the best fitting talent, the best fitting players next to Embiid and Maxey. Again, I'd rather go a bit younger, get more athleticism, get guys you can build with, but you have to warn yourselves against wasting another year of Joel Embiid's prime. And here are the main reasons why the Sixers need to trade for Kevin Durant. Number one, there is not that much availability out there. Look at the free agent class right now. LeBron James, Klay Thompson, Paul George, Tobias Harris, James Harden, Malik Monk. Is that the top free agents? The Sixers need to build out an entire roster. And I understand if they go with Kevin Durant, they're completely going against the new way of building, right? They're going to have to pay Kevin Durant $50+ million. They're going to have to fill out the roster with minimum guys for the most part. I get it. But I just think the trio of Maxey, Durant, and Embiid will be virtually unstoppable. Go back to the fit in Phoenix, right? They just got swept. They have not lived up to the hype under their new ownership. Why is that? Well, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, you have a lot of guys with similar play styles. The Phoenix Suns, by the way, have to pay Bradley Beal $50+ million the next 3 years, at least. That is the worst contract, maybe the worst in the league right now after the expiration of the Tobias Harris contract. The Suns are not managed well, and they continue to fail. And I want to go to what Stephen A. Smith said. Now, again, I'm not going to take his word, at face value totally, but he says that Kevin Durant is a problem in Phoenix. They say he went more than a month without even talking to the head coach. They say he doesn't look happy there. And now the Suns are hiring Mike Budenholzer. We already know how that's going to play out, right? And this was over on Fan Nation for the Sixers. Does Kevin Durant want to go through the same process again? Does he want to just stay with the Phoenix Suns and continue to get bounced in the first or second? Or does he want to play with an MVP player in Joel Embiid, an all-star in Tyrese Maxey, and to reason number 2, he would be the perfect mutually beneficial partner for the Sixers. What do I mean by that? Well, Kevin Durant has an injury history. Joel Embiid has an injury history, right? They would not have to do as much on a nightly basis, right? Joel Embiid would not have to be the 40-point per game guy. Kevin Durant wouldn't have to be the guy who has to put up 35. I mean, Durant was out there in that playoff series living on an island. Other than him and D Book, I mean, everybody else let them down. And again, you're still going to have to find those diamonds in the rough. You're going to have to find those gems. But whether you get LeBron, KD, Butler, Paul George, or whoever, or whether you don't, you're still going to have to find those pieces. So bringing in Kevin Durant, he gives you 30 a night. I mean, this season, he was 5th in the league in scoring. He averaged 27 points per game. He's going to be 36, but he still has it. And again, I know it's risky. I know there's a concern, but my question is, what is the alternative? People want to bring in LeBron now. They want to draft Bronny. LeBron is 40. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that, but with Kevin Durant, maybe not having to do as much as he did for Phoenix, pairing with Maxey and Embiid, it is the perfect trio. And I think those 3 are a championship favorite. In addition to that, Kevin Durant wants to build on his own. He wants to win. And Philadelphia would be a place he can go to, not joining a super team, and can try to build something to finally win. Now, are there flaws? Are there character issues with Durant? People have said a lot of different things, and I'm not going to disagree with all of them. He should have stayed in Golden State. He'd probably be a 6-time champ by now. My thing with Kevin Durant is that he lets his ego get to him way too much. He listens to the noise. Kevin Durant is a top 10 scorer of all time. He is a pure bucket getter, maybe the best I've ever seen. And at the end of the day, he's still a top 10 player in the league. He's an absolute superstar. And I just think that Maxey, Durant, and Embiid would be the best fitting trio out there. And again, you look at his numbers and look at the teams he's been on. The Suns, not built correctly. The Brooklyn Nets, right? A lot of character clashes, a lot of personality issues with Kyrie, James Harden. It just has gone downhill based on the situations he's been in. And again, he is part of that. I agree with that. And for a guy who averaged 27 a game last season, 6.5 and 5, and he averaged 1.2 blocks, shot 52% from the field, and 41% from 3, like he's still got it, man. The final reason I think Durant should be a Sixer if all goes right is because this is the perfect timing. Again, the Sixers have the assets. They have the cap space. And right now, there is a lot of confusion in Phoenix. There is a lot of uncertainty. Do they want to continue to just run it back the same way they have? Or do the Sixers come in and people are already probably in the comments saying, well, what are you going to give up? What are you going to give up? I would give up a lot of draft picks to get Kevin Durant. Try to win for a season or two. Maybe it's not the natural way or the right way, but the way we have also done it now hasn't worked either. And I'll tell you what, Kevin Durant is not going to go out there as a max player and give you 0 points in an elimination game. He's not Tobias Harris. Kevin Durant would go out there and leave it all on the floor. Again, he'd have to stay healthy. Things would have to go right. You'd have to have the right personalities. Nick Nurse seems like a coach who can control that. And I know Daryl Morey is a home run swinger, which is why I do think he's going to inquire about Kevin Durant. But at the end of the day, if you can't find those perfect fitting role pieces and role players, and you can't, draft a guy who's ready to play day one. I just don't see any point in wasting more time with the prime of Joel Embiid. So I would go and explore a Kevin Durant trade to get a win now ready player and see where it goes from there. Those are my thoughts. It's an open conversation. Give me your thoughts down below in the comments section. What do you think about a trio of Maxey, Durant, and Embiid? Would you do it? Why or why not? Give me your thoughts. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.